Welcome, everybody, to another episode of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I am your host, Perry. With me, as he always is, it's my co-host, Eric.
I'm changing.
Into a mutant?
No, the mutant's going to get serious. I mean, I feel like people, they just think I'm just not, I'm dumb and I'm just ruining whiskey, and I'm changing. I'm going to be serious. I'm just going to do things that everybody else does.
Where is this coming from?
I'm joking. I ain't changing shit. I'm taking over. Ain't nothing changing about the mutant. I'm going to ruin even more whiskey.
Hi, buddy. This is a very aggressive energy that you've come in with today. Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
This is my Bourbon Podcast.
See you later.
Oh, man. Man.
Somebody told me that.
Told you what?
I'm ruining whiskey.
Who told you that?
I got a message. Yeah.
Tell me right now and I'll bleep out their name.
You're ruining good whiskey, he said. I said, you know what? It's my whiskey. And I ain't ruined shit.
Drink it how you like to.
Pour it over whatever you want.
We're very aggressive this week. Anyway, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, thank you so much for being here. Hope that you subscribe and come back for next week's episode.
Yes, please.
If you have not done so yet, do subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps out the show. Gets us in more people's listening ears and allows us to do really well in the algorithm. And we show up if people search for bourbon podcasts. So that's good. That's good stuff. And also, if you're coming back from as a returning listener,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you. Appreciate you. It's sips and snacks time, though.
Oh my goodness!
Where we pair a whiskey with a product, and probably gonna ruin the whiskey. So this week, and we've been on the hunt for this for a little while, and we had to get it shipped all the way from Walla Walla, Washington.
From Patrick Starkey. This
Patrick
is
and Heather.
another listener, Sips and Snacks.
Yes.
And we are looking at a glorious Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey Cake Pecan, made with toasted pecans, and authentic Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey ready to serve. And let me tell you, we opened this up to get it ready before the show, and it smells amazing.
It smells drunk.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry, I had to go ahead and take a bite. I couldn't wait any longer. Oh. This thing is so tasty. It's nice and light and spongy.
That's like one of the perfect textures for dessert. Like, it's got the sticky kind of outside, and then the inside is just so soft. Oh, man. Dude! That's so good.
I love everything about this.
I want to try the whiskey by itself first.
I am too, because I've never had this before.
Jack Daniel's Heritage 100 proof, bottled 9, 10, 19.
Ooh.
So these are like
pre-pandemic, pre-COVID.
So these are like one of their like limited releases for the year, right?
Oh, snap. Yeah.
It's kind of got the black label with like the blue, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right.
All right.
It smells fabulous. It smells so good.
Oh. Ooh, yeah, man. It's like coconut cream pie. That's only 100 proof?
A little spicy. I think the coconut's coming through a little bit more on the palate.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man. That finish is really nice. It doesn't last too long, but it's like there, lets you know, and then it's like, hey.
It makes me want to go back for another drink.
Grab another drink.
Yeah. All right. I'm pouring this one over, my friend.
Duh.
Do 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 do.
This cake smells like it's just got like an explosion of like Jack Daniels inside of it.
The perfect pairing.
That's how they should market this.
This is the ultimate pour over pairing.
They should put a little like airplane bottle size of. Well, I mean, they probably wouldn't put this in it because this is amazing.
Regular Jack,
and you pour it in there. Oh my god! Oh wow! It turns it in. So this is the pecan flavored. It turns it into candied pecans that you get like at a festival or like at Disney World or the mall, like those stands that are just making candied pecans and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really good.
I'm pouring a little more and just kind of letting it soak in.
I'm doing a pour over in my mouth already.
Dude, that's phenomenal. Patrick, thank you so much for sending that our way.
Oh, dude. That is so good. Oh, man. I'm going to leave half of this with you. I'm going to take the rest of it with me on my trip. Oh, wow. Dude. Very nice. Very nice.
Real nice.
Whew.
Eric, while I'm finishing up this cake, what have you been drinking recently?
Oh, what have I been drinking? I drank some more of that Penelope 13-year wild whiskey.
I had that over at your house the other day.
It's so good. It is really good. What else? I had a Rebel pick from Bypass Liquor, or Happy Hour as it is now. It's really good.
Yeah?
I had to bring it over.
Please.
It's the 120 proof one, and it's really good. Like, I love those Rebel picks.
I do too. I had some. I had one of my dad's when I was over at his house the other night, and it was also really good.
Which one was it? Where's it from?
I don't remember.
Either way, it's good stuff. I think that's about it. I had to work so much lately that I didn't do a lot. I did some pairings. What did I pair the other day?
I don't know. I don't think it matters because you probably ruined it.
It's true.
I think we found our through line for this episode.
Way to ruin it.
Well, we're recording this today after St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I drank a lot of beer yesterday.
Dude, you went on live. I was trying to watch the game while, and I'm just going to get this out here right now. Yes, Kentucky lost. I'm over it. We're moving on. And you're like cracking like some Guinness on the live. Then you're like drinking some whiskey. I was like, damn, Perry's going hard tonight.
I drank a lot of beer yesterday.
And I was like, yeah, I think you were out. Did you drink green beer? Have some green beer?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No. I did have a harp though. So. But the big thing out of all of that was trying the Kentucky Owl St. Patrick's Day edition.
So.
Which I just handed over to Eric.
So.
And I just got to know what he thinks about it.
Okay, so this is good because that was around the time I was doing three things at once. So I was watching you on the phone. I was trying to watch the game. And then it was also getting bedtime for the kids. And I was like, I can't do everything at once. So I had to set my phone down, go get Dash ready for bed, and try to kind of keep up with the score on the game and all that. So I didn't get to see. It was towards the end. I did not get to see what you thought. So you can tell me what you thought. I did hear that you thought that 27-year-old Irish whiskey was brisket, and everybody was like, what?
Sorry.
Brisket?
Like, no, it's all red berries. I was like, what do you want me to do?
So this is bourbon just blended by an Irish whiskey person, right?
And I mean,
is that kind of the gimmick?
The guy from Kentucky Owl helped with it too.
Right, but they brought in like this
an Irish whiskey guy.
Yeah. Or is it a girl? Was it
it was a man.
Was it?
Yep. 100 proof.
100 proof. Okay. There's not a lot on the nose. It's very light.
I was getting a little bit of leather with it.
I was going to say almost a little tobacco-y.
Yeah.
It's light brown. Like, that's the color I see when I smell this. Light brown.
Mm-hmm. Like a light brown leather couch. It skews really young.
It does, yeah.
And I think that's because of the Irish whiskey influence.
It's not bad.
No. But I wouldn't pay $150 for it.
No. Like, even I don't taste this and be like, oh, yeah, this is a Kentucky Owl product. And I know it's different from what it has been, but still, it's Kentucky Owl. It's got Kentucky Owl on the bottle.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel any different about it than if I was drinking confiscated. If that makes sense.
That's kind of the consensus. That
I don't really get a lot of notes in it. It's really light.
Yeah.
It's really light brown, the color, when I smell it. And I may, on the palate, get a little bit of almost like what am I trying to say here? It's kind of almost, it's a little bit of a cornbread.
Yeah.
I guess a sweet corn, but it's light. Like, I can't really pull much more out of it than that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would probably just drink confiscated if I was going to drink something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else that I've really had of note. We just got done reviewing the Barrel Bourbon Batch 32.
yes.
Over on Patreon, though, during the pregame chats. So if you want to check that out, head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. $5 a month gets you bonus content.
A big old full bottle of it.
Yeah. Thank you, Barrel Bourbon. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
And this is an awesome bourbon.
Yeah. Check out the review, but it's definitely a recommend.
You want to get into some news?
Let's do it. Well, I got to clean my space off here. I got Dragon Ball Z news.
What?
Yeah, they delayed the new movie indefinitely for now.
What?
Yeah, Toy Animation got hacked. So it's delayed in like One Piece episodes and everything. So right now they don't know when it's coming out because of all the stuff that happened with this big hacking.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like on indefinite hold for now. So we don't know when it was going to be coming out soon.
Do you have any other Dragon Ball news?
Do I?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh.
No?
No. I'm reaching out to the voice cast of Dragon Ball Z.
We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, news time. Maker's 46 is getting a really ugly new bottle.
I don't like it at all. I saw that. I don't like it.
I think it sucks. I think it's so messy. I
mean, I don't understand why.
The classic bottle is so cool and it's so unique and it separates it from the rest of the line, but now it just looks bad, dude. I don't like it at all.
It reminds me, I feel like they went back in time. It looks like something that they tried to figure out, like,
what would it have been like in the 60s or 70s?
I feel like it's like a throwback or something. Like, I thought it was just something one-off, like limited at first.
I wonder if it's going to be screw top now.
Like, I feel like 46 is like that step above, like you're just normal, and it needs to stand out a little bit more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't understand why they did that.
I mean, it could be that they're trying to like save some money.
Maybe the bottle shortage and all that.
Yeah, the glass
stuff
shortage.
going on.
But I don't know. I just don't like it. I think they could have changed it just ever so slightly, and it would have looked. It just would have looked better.
No, I don't like it at all.
I mean, at least it's still 94 proof. Like,
True.
what's in the bottle hasn't actually changed. It's just
it is
the
a
label
screw
is
top.
rough.
I just watched this reel that they put out. Look, you can see the curves on the the neck. So it is screw top now.
That's so strange. I saw a store yesterday that had and I think that what they did was they took that Generations pack, like the 3-pack of Maker's bottles or whatever, and split them up so you can buy them individually. But they had a 46 cast strength 375 and a Private Select 375.
Yeah, I've only seen those together.
I know.
Packs. So.
Here's something that's better news that we can be happy about. Yay! This is coming from Whiskey Raiders over at whiskyraiders.com. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear celebrates Wild Turkey Master Distillers' nearly 70 years of making bourbon. So he went and Andy Beshear, our governor here in Kentucky, celebrated Jimmy Russell. Just awesome. So cool to see him receive that recognition. Says that he was given an official document issued by the governor's office to commemorate a specific time period for the purpose of raising awareness about an issue of celebrating milestones. Oh, Bo was there too.
Yeah, he took that picture.
Oh, man. I love it.
Yeah.
You can actually see in one of the pictures that got released, there's a mirror, and you can see Bo sitting at the table in the reflection. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Congratulations to Jimmy, of course. Looks like there's going to be a new last drop.
Is that Buffalo Trace thing?
Yeah. It is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Looks like it's going to be 121 proof, and this is number 28 of their release. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is coming from BT, but not really a whole lot of information about it right now. I'm sure we'll see a press release before too long. The Castle and Key bourbon is upon us.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it. They're getting ready for it.
Yeah. Batch 1 and Batch 2. Batch 1's going to be available pretty much now, and Batch 2 is going to be available in May. Approximately right now, it looks like it's going to be about 19,000 bottles. 19.5, I think, is what we're looking at. Available in Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, New York, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wisconsin.
What if they were like not Kentucky?
You know what? I thought I saw something earlier that didn't have Kentucky listed, and I was like, so they're really going to do that to us. They're really going to do that.
Really?
Pull that crap. But yeah, can we talk about something for a second?
Let's do it.
I think we've gotten a little bit of backlash for the way we talked
We've
about
got messages.
Castle and Key.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, since recording that episode, there's been some things that we've found out. One, every decision is really not being made by bourbon people there anymore. Now it's like investors and lawyers.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why it's why it's not bottled and bond. But the other reason too is that they're blending it from different seasons.
Oh yeah, and so bottled and bond, it has to be from one season.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I still hold true to my statement of why not just keep it 100 proof. But at the same time, I'm not the person tasting it. I understand, like, if somebody has such a refined palate that, like, that 0.2% makes a big difference, then I'm going to respect that. But at the same time, you've not given me anything as far as, like, the rye, like, that I'm looking forward to yet. Yeah. So maybe this will be what changes it. I don't know.
I don't either. But I mean, I do want to try it. I really do want to try it. I am genuinely curious about what this is actually going to taste like. But until then, I am going to remain skeptical.
Yeah.
You know, the best bourbon that I have had that's come out of Castle and Key we had last week.
Yeah. And that had a person
who knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Attached to it.
Yeah. There are 4 new Thomas Swan Moore bottles coming out.
Swan's got the new bottles coming
Swan's
out.
got new bottles coming out.
Nice.
We got a Madeira cask finished. We got a Merlot cask finished. We got a sherry cask finished, and we got a cognac cask finished. But I really hope those finishes didn't ruin that whiskey.
Here's one right now. This is a Chardonnay cask sitting right in front of me.
That's one of my favorites.
Extended cask finish.
Have you had that yet?
If I did, I don't remember.
Would you like to?
I mean, we might as well.
We're here.
I mean,
Since you's offering.
it's only what, 94 proof or something like that?
It's like 98.5, I think.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that smells
97.9, excuse me.
That smells tasty.
This is Barton.
Barton, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Non-age stated, $70 a bottle. Looks like they are all out right now, but it is limited availability. Finishing details are as follows. The Madeira cask was approximately 2 to 4 years. Merlot is from wineries in the Napa and Sonoma regions. Bourbon was finished for approximately 2 to 4 years. Sherry casks were all Oloroso. Ooh. With a finishing period of 1 to 4 years, and the cognac casks previously held cognac for 6 or more years, and the finish was approximately 2 to 4. I'm excited. I didn't have anything from the first round of releases that I disliked. It just was somewhere better than others.
So this
to me.
So this is honestly, when I'm like kind of like deep diving into it, like it's one of the few finished bourbons that's like a, what do we say this was? Chardonnay?
Yeah.
That I've had Chardonnay before. And like
I really like Chardonnay.
I really get just this Chardonnay on the finish. Like it's like bourbon and then it turns into Chardonnay on the finish. Like the aftertaste is Chardonnay to me. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty gentle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like over the top or anything by any means, but
Oh, I like that.
I like it. I'm not mad about it.
Hey, I'm coming around to some finished stuff.
I'm proud of you, man.
I'm not coming around to Scotch, but
Yeah, Scotch will ruin you.
yeah,
Are you ready for some TTB labels?
I'm ready.
Smoke Wagon
Okay.
has got a new uncut bourbon coming out. It's called Uncut the Younger.
What?
I guess it just means that it's like the second
Oh,
edition.
I did see where he had got like some special barrels and he was doing some kind of like limited release of something too. So
114.5 proof looks like it's going to be. Back of the label says, we took the same philosophy used to create a superior, affordable, easy sipping bourbon, then didn't add any water. Uncut, non-chill filtered with flavor notes that are fruit forward with lots of candy, cinnamon spice, and plenty of heat.
see, I like that style. Here's some bourbon. We're not putting any water in it. Let's just
Shut up.
Let's go. I like that.
Got a new farm stock rye coming from Whistle Pig. It's the bespoke batch. Looks like
Bespoke.
bespoke.
Okay.
86 proof.
Ah.
Oh, they got the whole recipe on the back of the label.
Ooh.
15%, and it's all straight rye.
Okay.
15%, 4 years old, from Vermont, Char 3. 37%, 6 years, Vermont, Char 4. 48%, 6 years, Canada, and Char 3.
I think that'll be 86%.
86 proof.
86 proof, I mean.
Uh-huh.
I know. I got to stop that. I got to stop being like, oh, I only want barrel proof. I got to stop.
Yeah, we're proof hounds.
Yeah.
Here's one that is really weird to me. It's a brand new Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey from Woodford Reserve. You want to take a shot at the proof?
90?
90.4.
Yeah.
This is called the Historic Entry Proof. And it's it's part of their master's collection.
Does it elaborate any more on that?
No, not a bit. No information further on the
Historic
bottle.
Entry proof.
Yeah.
Now, if there was something that said, we put this in at this proof, and it came out at 90.4 proof, I'd be like, fuck, okay. Like, I'm like, let's go, like, fuck. But like, I don't. Well, I'll wait and see what the rest of it says.
Bourbon's magical.
It's magic.
Looks like Wyoming whiskey. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, I'm probably not going to buy that bottle. The Woodford.
Well,
I mean, it's going to be like $150.
Somebody will buy it.
Not me. Wyoming whiskey is getting a Wyoming exclusive distillery reserve bourbon, limited edition, 115 proof, reserved for a reason. This is a one of a kind barrel with maybe it's a single barrel. I don't know. It's a one of a kind barrel with exceptionally unique, unrepeatable, and intriguing qualities that caught our attention. It is bottled at a proof which complements the character that earned it a spot on our reserve list and is available exclusively at Wyoming whiskey stores. Nice. Very nice.
I've had Wyoming whiskey. It's pretty good.
It's okay. Got a new Starlight.
Okay.
Rye whiskey finished in peach brandy barrels.
I'm down.
4 years old, 114 proof. Yeah.
I've been happy with the apple brandy finished rye I got. I've been happy with their honey. You had some of the honey.
Yeah, I got to try the honey on Sunday, and I was amazed by it.
I'm down for some Starlight. I'm really digging what they're doing.
I'm here for it, as the kids are saying.
Yeah.
A new blended.
Bussin'.
Huh?
I don't think they say that anymore.
Okay. I don't even know what you said. I heard somebody recently call twerking twinking.
Twinking?
And I was like, that's not right.
No.
Bardstown Bourbon Company has a new blended whiskey coming out called Furcolin. Looks like it's a collaborative.
They do the best at making names that I can't pronounce at all.
Well, let me read the side so I know what's going on here. The Bardstown Bourbon Company's collaborative series is a celebration of kindred spirits. We partner with our favorite producers in wine, beer, and spirits to create exceptional expressions. And yada, yada, yada. Savor the latest addition to this innovative series with our Furcolin Irish Whiskey release, a blend of two 12-year-old Kentucky bourbons and one 17-year-old Tennessee bourbon with 21-year-old Furcolin Irish Whiskey finished in Marsala casks.
So they blended bourbon from Kentucky, Tennessee with Irish whiskey.
Looks like it.
So they did basically what we thought the Kentucky Owl thing was going to be.
Yeah.
Instead of just having somebody blend that from Irish whiskey, they actually blended the Irish whiskey. Okay.
Life is so weird, man. Life's just one weird, big ball of confusion. 100 proof. I don't know if I said that or not.
100 proof.
2 more to go. Do you want the one that just made me laugh, or do you?
Yeah.
Want...
Tell me.
Okay. This is an MGP sourced
Okay. I like
bourbon.
MGP.
It's a limited release, excuse me. Single barrel bourbon whiskey finished in a honey whiskey barrel.
Okay.
5 years, 2 months, 120 proof. It's called Jews and Booze.
What?
Jews
Jews and booze?
and booze, like Jews, like
Okay.
L'chaim Jews.
Okay.
It's got a Glencairn inside of the Star of David on the label. I love it. I think it's great.
Good pop.
Yeah, it made me laugh. But
So it's finished in honey cask or honey whiskey.
it says honey whiskey barrel.
So something a honey finished whiskey has been finished in. They took the barrel.
I guess so.
Okay,
Sure.
I'm down.
And finally, Lucky 7 has got another new bourbon whiskey that is going to be coming out. It's a cognac finished. Looks like it's going to be 132.12 proof.
Oh, dang.
It's going to be called the Bugler. That's about all the information we have. On
Okay.
that. So be on the lookout for that.
The Bugler.
It's a terrible Batman villain.
His bugle makes people, like, he starts playing it and they all, like, get hypnotized. And, like,
Yeah.
the whole Gotham is just being taken over by
You know who we're describing? The Pied Piper.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly
Who's an
it.
actual DC villain.
Exactly. Do you see who Nicolas Cage wants to be?
No. Who?
Egghead.
Oh, I did see that. Oh. But I want, you know what I want from that though is like he's not playing a new version of Egghead. He's playing the 1966
Like the old
version.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's put in like the grim, dark, realistic world of Matt Reeves' Batman. But here
like
just
in that
comes
one.
Nick Cage just being a complete goofball.
That would be amazing.
It would be so funny. And like that's this person's reaction to a Batman
Yes.
attacking people is he's like, I'm just gonna lose it. I'm just gonna completely screw myself up.
That would be
And he
amazing.
just is like, "Ah, Batman! How devilish of you to appear at such a time!
Be amazing.
You've scrambled my plans.
That in my mind would
We're gonna turn you sunny side up.
Oh no.
Over
You're
easy.
about to get scrambled. But that would be amazing if you just took the Batman clips, but Nick Cage filmed his own stuff, and you just had a good editor, and they just mashed them up. Could you imagine? That would be so good. That would be the only way for that to happen.
I almost had bourbon out of my nose, dude. Wow.
They just clipped everything out of like the Riddler saying stuff, and they put him saying stuff and doing things. Oh man, it would be so good.
It's like people editing Tommy Wiseau into,
Exactly.
into stuff.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
What is happening here? Why are you doing this?
He's not talking to me. He's talking to the mic.
I'm talking to the microphone, but it won't.
Did you break it?
It won't lay flat on one of the feet.
Oh no, Barry's getting mad.
I just want things to work. Eric,
Barry's turning red.
I'm turning green, Eric.
You're getting scrambled.
You wouldn't like me when I'm green.
You wouldn't like me when I'm sunny side up.
Who knows how much of that I left in?
Who knows?
Probably all of it because it was a funny bit. Anyway, review time?
Review.
So last week we got to try Blue Run Batch 1 High Rye.
We did. And I liked it so much that my local store got it in on the same day or around the same time that it was releasing online. And I said, you know what? I liked it then. I'm going to give it another shot.
I might like it now.
And I'm going to give Perry a hypothetical question here. Since last week...
The moon was made of spare ribs. Would you eat it?
Since last week, he said when he's getting something new now, he trusts himself. I'm saying, what if you didn't trust yourself? Who would you trust when you're buying a new bottle?
My barber.
Okay.
No,
Well, there we go. And I brought some
good reference there. Huh?
I brought some of batch 1 too. So after we do this, we can compare a little bit.
Okay.
But just while we're Poppy.
Yeah, I want to clarify that because I like thinking back on it. It made me sound really pompous.
No, but you said like you've been doing this a while. You trust, you've been around the block.
Yeah.
I get it. But say there's just something just straight up like, you know what? I've never had it. I'm hearing people talk about it. I need just a little bit more reassurance before I buy this.
I mean, like my go-tos are people like it's Bourbon Night and Jason from Mash and Drum. I don't know. I mean, folks like that.
Right.
I mean, it's not that I don't like trust and appreciate other people's input or anything. It's just like I do so much reviewing anyway that like I'm gonna find out what it's like eventually.
Right.
So I kind of like make it a point to not watch as many reviews as I used to because I want to, and I mean, I have the platform for it.
Yeah.
So like, I want my review to not be colored by anybody else's.
Right. I know, I get it.
So
Totally.
that's really where I'm coming from more than anything. And I apologize if that came off really like narcissistic last
No.
week.
I guess that's me coming into this where I've only been doing this the whole reviewing and
Yeah.
everything a little bit. So I'm still like, oh, I wonder what this guy says about
Yeah.
this, or I wonder, what do they say about it and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna wait and see what Perry says about it or something like that. And now I'm like, oh shit, I'm with Perry reviewing this. Like, what am I doing?
I got to get stuff fit for Perry to review now.
So, but no, this smells really good.
I haven't smelled it yet.
Okay,
I'm kind of letting it just open up.
yeah,
just
it's
a
fresh
hair.
crack. Like we just opened it. This is Blue Run Kentucky Straight High Rye Bourbon Whiskey, 111 proof, batch spring, which was batch 2. We had batch fall last week. This is bottle 1499.
That's good.
65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley. Blue Run Spirits, and this was another distilled at Castle and Key, overseen by Mr. Rutledge. It smells really good.
Coffee beans.
Oh, it's
cinnamon.
very mocha. I got mocha straight up, dude. It's like mocha and cinnamon.
Yeah. No, I really love the nose. $100, right?
Yeah, I think that's like, I think I paid $95 for it. Oh wow. I like the taste of that.
Yeah, man, it's like chocolate mocha.
It comes through. It's right from the nose to the palate. It's like chocolate mocha,
Yeah, it's a very
Like-
consistent bourbon.
like snickerdoodle.
I gotta say, I feel like I like batch 1 a little better though.
I think I do too. Just going off from what I remember.
Yeah.
I haven't had any since we talked about it last week. So let's pour it up.
Let's do it.
I just think batch 1 smells a little fuller.
Oh, it does. Yeah. What is present on batch 2 is also present on batch 1, but batch 1 just like
Yeah.
blows up a little bit more.
Batch 2 is a little brighter, but batch 1 it's just got that dark, like very distinct, like full smell. I don't know when I
Yeah.
drink them side by side, like
I think batch 2 tastes better, but I think batch 1 smells better.
exactly. I was gonna say batch 2, like I think the finish is better. I think it's got a little bit more mocha on it.
Yeah.
I still get that pumpkin spice on batch 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that orange, it's like this like light orange, but
But the palate on batch 1 is just a little bit thinner.
yeah.
Like it honestly feels more brittle.
Yeah, that's a good point. Batch 2 is like I'm here, like
Yeah.
it's got a great finish. It lingers around. And it's more mocha than orange. And I think that mocha note like kind of lasts a little longer. It's a more of a full note as opposed to like a little bit of a pumpkin spice.
Really interesting.
I wonder what both of them together is like.
Let's find out.
Yep, mixing it up now. I'm just happy
This is good
that
whiskey.
this is good whiskey. I'm happy because
I agree.
I'm happy because the whole theme of this was me taking a chance and buying something. And it's something that me and you have talked about for so long, and we've had a little bits and pieces of it, but we were kind of thrown off on the whole, like, here's 15 single barrels that were $100 and some. Like, we were just like, we both agreed, like, man, like, that's just a lot of money, and people were buying, like, every one of them. And then, like, the price dropped a little bit. This is like a brand new, like, mash bill. It's not like a single barrel or anything like that. We knew who was helping with it. And I'm just happy about this product.
Yeah, I am too. I think just the happiest that it's not feeling like it's a product that doesn't warrant the price point that it's at.
Yes.
And I think too that in a market that is already so oversaturated with products that are just okay or questionable based on, whether or not you should actually pick it up based on what's in the glass.
Yeah.
I think that this is actually a pretty pretty big standout.
Yeah.
You know? And I got to be honest with you, too. The fact that it comes from somebody like Jim Rutledge is amazing. I love that. I love the fact that it comes from Jim Rutledge. And, you know, a lot of times we're left with like, well, a master distiller has left a company, and now we have to scramble to find the products that they made while they were there because we can't get them anymore.
Yeah.
While that is true of some place like Four Roses, you can still get the products that Jim Rutledge is making and putting his stamp of approval on. It's just not a heritage brand.
Yeah.
So I think that this proves the point that Blue Run deserves a spot on everybody's like list of bourbons to watch, or companies to watch. I think that it should not go unnoticed by anybody.
No. I think, I agree 100%. So,
and it's a beautiful looking bottle.
Dude,
sexy as heck.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, but that butterfly looks good on that.
It really does. Very picturesque.
Yeah, and it's simple. It's like a simple design.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's how I dig it.
I dig it.
How I like it.
All right, blended together. Oh, wow. That nose smells really good.
Ooh. It makes it smell finished.
Yeah.
Like I was almost getting a red wine note off of the nose.
Oh, I was going to say it's almost like a toasted finish. I think I still like batch 2 by itself on the palate, but that does taste finished. Oh my goodness.
It really does.
Yeah. It's almost like if you tasted something, you're like, I don't know what this is finished in, but I feel like there's something extra to it.
I'm digging it, dude.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah. Shall we review this based on numbers?
Let's do it. I think batch 1 we were just like, this is good.
Yeah.
So
but we're actually going to review this one.
Yeah, batch 2 just came out, so it probably is a little easier to get for people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more recent, so yeah, I say we do it.
So, nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. We total it up for a score out of 20. Eric, what would you give the nose on batch 2 of Blue Run High Rye Straight Bourbon Whiskey?
I'm going right down the middle. I'm going to go with 3.
I think the same thing. Yeah.
I think if you put batch 1 up there, I'd probably do a little higher because I like the nose on batch 1. But it's good. Like you smell it and you're like, this is good. Like it's mocha. The batch 1 was a little bit more pumpkin spice. But yeah, I think it's right down the middle. I think it's a 3.
I think my biggest problem with it is that it doesn't have this like traditional bourbon flair to it, which I'm not like committed to that being what makes or breaks a bourbon for me.
Right.
But I do still love those like core 3 flavors of oak, vanilla, and caramel.
Yeah.
And I think that there is some oakiness to it, but like the caramel and vanilla is like
I think when you get that, gone. Yeah, I think when you get that prominent like vanilla note, like I think that does it for like I just love a big vanilla. Like
I do
right
too.
So
legalize it. Make vanilla great again.
Make vanilla great again. Legalize vanilla.
We talked about that on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't talk about that on something else.
No, it was when we did the Darren's pairing and we had the vanilla cake.
It was on the
zebra cake.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna agree with you though. I'm gonna give a 3 on the nose as well.
All right.
Palate I find to be more interesting, but it's just this is us being hypercritical, by the way, of like why we're giving our scores what we are giving them. I think in general you should still buy this bourbon, but I think on the palate, if you like to lean a little bit darker, this is going to be more for you. I'm not saying that isn't something that I enjoy because I really do like dark notes on whiskey, but I think I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I don't think that sounds too negative. But it's good.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good bourbon.
I honestly was typing in,
Excuse me.
I was typing in 3.5 as well, because like you said, like if a three to me is like right down the line, it's like solid all the way through, and I think this is just a little bit above solid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I think this is a little bit above average. And if I'm going to compare batch 1 and batch 2, I would say on the palate, batch 2 reminds me more of like an Elijah Craig note, as opposed to batch 1 reminds me more of like a Buffalo Trace note. Like I've got like, Buffalo Trace reminds me of kind of like lighter cherries and
absolutely.
Stuff like that. It's got more of an orange citrus note. And then batch 2 is kind of like on that Heaven Hill side that's more like baking spices and darker notes and stuff like that. So 3.5, like I think it's above average. It's not the craziest or the best thing ever, but it's a little better than normal.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think about the finish, though?
I think the finish is where this thing shines. I'm giving the finish a 4. I thought the finish brought out a lot more of the notes, and it lasted just long enough to make me enjoy it, but then go back for another sip.
Sure. I don't think I'm as favorable on the finish as you are. Not that I don't like it, but I don't know. I was more zoned in on the palate than anything. I'm going to give the finish a 3.
Okay. I mean, to me, that's just right. That's solid right there.
Yeah. Price at $100. I know that's a little bit expensive, especially for a 4-year-old bourbon. Mm-hmm. I think with everything that it carries in terms of, the names behind it and the fact that, it is still a good product, but there are other things you could pick up that are older for a lower price. So as much as I enjoy this bourbon, the one thing that is keeping me from like going above and beyond and just praising it to high heavens is the price.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay.
2.5 on a bad day, but a 3 is that's where I'm
You want to guess what I gave it?
2.
3.
Oh, well, look at us.
Yes.
So your score was slightly higher than mine.
13.5.
Mine was a 12.5.
So, I think you put this, like, this is just me saying straight up. You put this at a $60 price tag.
100%.
I'm buying 2.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But at the same time, I understand, whatever it is, you new brand, you're paying things, it's $100, whatever. I think that's close to where it should be, but honestly, bring it back down about $30, $35, and you're hitting it out of the park. Yeah. So 13.5, my total.
I'm happy with 12.5.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
and I paid $95 for this, and although I felt like it's a little overpriced for that, at the same time, we sat here and we enjoyed it, so I'm happy with it.
I'm not upset about that.
What?
I'm not upset about that. Well, you didn't hear me the first time?
What?
Shall we move on? Who am I, Jabba the Hutt?
Boba Fett. Solo. Yeah, it's like you can say anything you want and then say Solo or Boba Fett, and people are like, "Oh, that's Jabba the Hutt."
Hey, in your best English, though, could you tell me what your tips and bits are for this week?
I can, man. I've been struggling this week because I've got a bunch of tips and bits, but I didn't want to go overboard and do like a bunch. So I'm going to do you want movies tips and bits, or do you want YouTube tips and bits?
Let's go YouTube.
Okay. I'm probably going to save movies for next week then.
It's a good reason for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first one, I've watched this show on and off before, but I kind of like deep dived into it and watched the back episodes, is Sneaker Shopping from Complex.
Okay.
So think of...
I know nothing about it.
Okay,
so.
That's fine. But imagine Hot Ones.
Yeah.
Only the celebrities love shoes.
Oh,
And-
I know what this show is now. Yeah.
And they come into like Flight Club or whatever shoe store they are, and the host interviews them while they shop for shoes. So you learn a little bit about shoes and a little bit about the celebrity.
That's fun.
There's wrestlers on there, Matt Jackson and what's his brother's name? The Young Bucks. They were on there. Shaq's been on there. Roman Reigns has been on there. I mean, you got musicians. Billie Eilish was on there. Comedians. Pete Davidson was on there. And they're borderline sneakerheads, but they talk about the sneakers they had when they were kids. They look at sneakers on the wall, and then at the end, I don't know how real it is, but they're like, we're going to go sneaker shopping, and let you see what they pick out.
Right.
So Joe, I think his name is Joe. He's the host, and he's really good at like integrating like interview questions in with like sneaker questions. So you kind of figure out like their personalities based on their sneakers and stuff. So that's on YouTube. It's Sneaker Shopping, and it's on the Complex channel. And so I'm a borderline like sneakerhead myself.
Yeah.
And I actually sold a lot of stuff because I was like, I don't need to do this. But I have a pair of like my favorite Jordans, the 11s from Space Jam. And I just bid on some, and I got a pair of the Jordan 3s in the Racer.
Holy moly.
Yeah, in the Racer 3 colors, which I'm not going to say how much I paid for.
But you actually got them.
But I got them.
Wow.
Here, I'll show you a picture. But they're one of my other favorite Jordans. So it kind of like rekindled like my sneaker love, and I was like, man, I need to get some more J's. So
dude.
It's the white base with the Racer blue. The 3s. Yeah. And I got them for about half off what you normally pay for them.
All right. What do you typically go for to compliment, but like round out your outfit? A lighter shoe or a darker shoe?
So I'm kind of in between. Like if I've grown to like a lighter shoe. I used to just be straight black all the time. Like my Jordan 11s, the Space Jam, they're like the black with the black leather.
Yeah. Black
on black. I love them. But nowadays, I think white is a more classy. I think you stand out more when you have a mainly white sneaker. And if you go white, throw a white top on there and like a dark hat, and you're set right there.
I'm all about that contrast with sneakers. Like, I don't really like dark shoes in general. I think a lighter shoe helps to like just make an outfit more interesting.
Yeah.
In general.
It pops more.
It does.
Yeah.
And I love and this is my...
You got the white Adidas.
I got the white Adidas with the black stripes.
Yeah.
This is my favorite shoe I've ever had. And just because of how versatile it is. I can wear it with, I wouldn't wear it with like a suit or anything.
Yeah.
But
you could though.
I mean, yeah, cool. Absolutely. I mean, like it would be a really cool fashion statement, but it just, I don't know. Shoes are one of those things where growing up, I didn't have a whole lot of like say in what I got because it was function over form. But now, like the older that I've gotten, because I'm not a kid. I'm not running around in the mud and wearing out my shoes like I used to. I'm much more deliberate in what it is that I wear and what brands and everything. Yeah. And the weird turning point for me, I'm answering questions that you never asked, but the weird turning point for me was when I discovered Toms.
Oh, I had a pair of Toms.
I had a bunch. I actually have a couple pairs of Toms that I still wear semi-regularly, but they're not those like regular ones that look like slippers almost.
Yeah.
They actually like have more of a function to them. Right. Like I have a dress pair of Toms, like actual like leather dress Toms that I love. I've had them for years, and they're like my favorite dress shoe. Yeah. They're a like kind of burnt orange leather, And they go great with like
everything,
any suit that I wear. And then I've got they're like more canvasy, but they lace up.
Yeah.
That I like, it's just a really easy shoe to throw on just to like class up an outfit, even if I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Like it just elevates it ever so slightly. But I don't even remember how I got onto this, but
You're just talking about the contrast in like colors and stuff.
oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's what it is. But for me, it's like if I'm wearing a black shoe with jeans, I don't know, it like makes me uncomfortable.
If you got a darker jean going into a black shoe, like it all kind of blends in.
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
If you got a really light, like distress color of jeans, and you put a dark shoe on there, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
But I think white nowadays, my mindset is white goes with a lot more stuff, and it pops out.
I am just all about contrast.
Yeah.
I even take that as far as like my design work. Like contrast is king for me. But regardless, but like this outfit, this is like my most comfortable outfit. Like a white shirt, jeans, my white and black Adidas. It just awesome. Like it just makes me feel. It makes me feel confident and comfortable at the same time.
Yep.
But anyway,
I like it.
Sneaker shopping.
Okay. And it's just
Cool.
like 10-minute episodes.
At first, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to check that out. But the more you got into it, the more I was like, I gotta listen to it.
It's interviewing celebrities or musicians, comedians, whatever, while they talk about sneakers. It's cool.
Has John Mayer done an episode?
I don't know.
I feel like he would because he's a big
Probably.
sneaker guy.
Yeah.
Sneakers and watches.
I mean, it's crazy.
Do you like watches?
I love seeing watches and looking at them, but I've never like got comfortable with wearing them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I just haven't found the right one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like with my love for shoes and hats and flannels, I feel like the watch is the last thing.
You'll get there.
I need to get there. I need to find that comfortable watch that like I just like get all this. But I've not got into watches. That's the only thing.
Do you want to try my watch on?
Oh Lord.
This is a weird thing that I've just done, but mine's a Citizen Racer. I love that watch. I've had it for a couple years now.
This is a leather band.
Yeah.
And how loose do you wear a watch?
Loose enough that it can move around on my wrist, but not so loose that it like flies off.
Like that?
Yeah, about
Too
like
loose?
that.
Yeah.
My wrist is bigger than yours, so I wear it like
See,
two notches in.
I feel like I would want like is this called the face?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd want a face that's about this size because I wouldn't want it to be tiny. I feel like that's too small.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like this kind of sticks out. See, if I could get used to wearing a watch,
Yeah. It takes a while.
it'd be a bad thing probably. I wouldn't be bidding on
It
Jordans.
is dangerous. It is dangerous. I mean, I really, really love watches, but I can't afford them. I've already got bourbon. Like, I can't afford two hobbies like that.
Like here I am talking about sneakers and we buying bottles of bourbon, and it's like, oh my God, what am I doing?
The finer things in life.
Yes. This is nice.
Welcome to Timbip. I feel naked if I don't have a watch on.
See, that's what I've heard. I've heard people who love watches like they can't go without them.
Yeah.
This feels good though. See, I don't know what it'd be like to have a metal watch.
I don't like metal watches.
Okay.
I do not like that classic like metal Rolex look. It's never been comfortable for me, and it always is just like jangling around my arm.
And then you gotta be a mechanic to like make it fit, right? You gotta like take the
pretty
stuff
much,
out.
yeah. Like I don't want that. I want a watch with a nice band that I can pretty easily slip on and slip off, but at least I know is going to be secure on my wrist. And I go back and forth between whether I like the Roman numerals or just standard numbers.
Do you have
on the face?
Do you have any other watches?
I do. Yeah, I have a few
so
others.
You have
but
a few to choose from.
Yeah.
So
but like this, but this is like my daily watch.
Gotcha.
I have a digital one too for if I'm working out or just kind of more casual. But
right.
Like if I'm in anything other than like sweats, this is the watch that I'm wearing. And unless it's, I'm trying to dress up a little bit more.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I have options, I suppose.
Nice.
I need to get the batteries changed in a few though.
There you go.
I have been watching, this is a complete 180 from what you were just talking about. I have been watching a lot of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh my gosh.
Recently.
Where the points don't count.
Points don't matter.
Matter.
Everything's made up. The points don't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I not grew up. My senior year of high school, I watched so much Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like, it awakened a sense of humor in me that I didn't realize I had. And it's just the goofy, ridiculous, made up, out of nowhere improv that I find
there's
hilarious.
Some hitter jokes on those.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've watched a lot of Whose Line Is It Anyway too.
Yeah.
And like there's some good shit there.
But I'm watching the new version.
So this is
that's
not
been
the Drew Carey.
No, I've watched just about every episode of that.
So you're on to the new one.
I'm on the Aisha Tyler
Gotcha.
hosted.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's still Wayne, Colin, and Ryan. So like the original performers from that, I say original, there was a British version before, but like those three core guys are still there. And it's like they never missed a beat.
I love when they sing, when they do the singing.
Oh, the Irish drinking song is still one of the funniest things in the world because Ryan never expects what's going to come out of Colin's mouth. And he always surprises him with it. And it is always so, so, so funny. There was an episode I watched yesterday. I was just in tears from laughing at it. But I want to know two like not real. I don't mean to put down people who are on Whose Line Is It Anyway. But like, I guess the more indie improv comics, how do they view something like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right.
Like, do they see it and go, well, it's just a facsimile of what we actually do, or, that's what we really strive for as something like that kind of notoriety. But I just love it, man. I love it. It's what got me to liking people like Ben Russell.
Yeah.
Auntie Donna, whom I just love to death. It's why I Think You Should Leave so funny.
Oh my God.
Too.
I still want another season.
I just rewatched it and I could watch that show probably once a day every day.
Tables. Don't talk about the tables.
I'm pretty sure that Herman Munster stomped on my tables.
It's the designs. Look how many. Look at the design.
It's the patterns.
It's the patterns.
They've got a shirt for $1,000 because the patterns are so complicated. Lucy's cousin texted me the other day. She was like, "Has Fate Mall opened up a Dan Flashes yet?" And I go, "I don't know, but I couldn't afford it. Those patterns are too complicated for me."
Too complicated. So good.
I feel like I had something else, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
I mean, I could talk about different things all day.
We could.
long.
We could have a pop culture podcast.
That's what I love about this podcast. Yes, I'm saying what I love about the podcast I'm on is you get bourbon.
You were a fan before you were a...
It's true. It really is true. And one of the things was always like tips and bits. It's like I get my bourbon fix and then I get my pop culture fix. And I think that's cool.
Oh, I know the other thing I was going to say.
Say it.
Baseball's back.
Oh, yeah. Spring training finally.
They came out of the lockout.
Yep.
They came to an agreement. My team, the St. Louis Cardinals, are playing the Houston Astros right now, and they're ahead.
Dude.
2-1.
So when I was in St. Louis for Addison's volleyball tournament, like I drove past the St. Louis Cardinals stadium every time she had a game, and it was awesome.
I love
and
that
I wanted
stadium.
to go to the Budweiser like pub, like
Yeah.
bar, but it was closed. The day I wanted to go, it was closed. I was like, what the hell? But it looked awesome.
I've officially moved on from college basketball, though. It's baseball time
we just
now.
not talk about that. Right?
Yeah, it's baseball time now.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
I had to retire my UK Nikes into the closet, so You can't wear them.
That was a sad video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of this My Bourbon Podcast. Should we tell them right now what we're going to be doing next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Eric and I are going to the Lexington Comic Con.
We're going to be live at the con.
We're going to be recording with people there.
I mean, this is when you sent me that confirmation that we got our
media
passes. I was like, oh shit, yes. Like, I've been going to LexCon since it started.
Same.
And like,
I've only missed 1 year, and it was because I was out of town.
My kids are ready for it. Dash, you know what Dash is cosplaying as? Like, he's all into it.
I have no idea.
So he got big into Harry Potter. So he's got his whole Harry Potter getup, right? But for some reason, he wanted to be a
Please don't tell me
horse. So he got a whole Harry Potter thing, but he's got a horse mask and horse gloves, like hoofs. So he is a horse magician. And that's what his cosplay is. And April's bringing back her Halloween costume, and she's going as April O'Neil. So on Saturday, when the kids go down, that's what they're going to be walking around like. Horse Harry Potter and April O'Neil. So if you follow me or April on Instagram, Facebook, you'll definitely see pictures of that. That's Dash.
You've got some special children.
I mean, they're wild.
Horsey Potter.
Yeah. I mean, like, he was straight up like, that's what he thought. Because he got a whole Harry Potter cosplay for Christmas. But then he found one of those horse masks on Amazon, and he was like
the Harlem Shake?
Yeah.
Horse masks?
Yeah.
Is he adding like glasses and a scar to it?
I don't know. I mean,
He showed me his collection of mutilated dolls on Sunday.
Listen.
Luigi was looking
that dude
rough.
He's got the biggest imagination of about any kid I know, and I just let him go crazy with it. I'm just like, you know what, dude? Do it.
Go for it, man.
Like, I've seen crazier things at Comic-Con.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
That's right. Make them reality. So anyway,
next week we're going to Lexington Comic Con.
We'll be at Lexington Comic Con,
and we're going to be recording with as many special guests as we can.
I may even just go out into the crowd and just walk around and ask people.
We
questions.
will. I mean, we definitely will.
Do we got the capability to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be on the computer.
Nice.
I have to make sure I have an SD card for the Zoom.
There we go.
And plenty of batteries.
Okay.
Because son of a gun dies quickly.
What kind of batteries does it take?
AA.
Oh, I got you.
Did you just forget how to wink when you said that?
No, I was trying to wink, but
you
I was looking at this and I was like,
oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway. Thank you guys so much for listening. Eric, Eric, where can people follow us and follow up with us?
Follow us. Support us on Patreon. I mean, I think that's one of the best ways to do it. For as little as $1 a month, you can help the show. At $5, you get all the extra content. You get this episode, which was uncut, which I guarantee Barry cut a lot of shit out of this.
I've got so much editing to do, you guys.
But it helps pay for the show, all the fees, and trying to get new stuff, and just keep things interesting. Support us on Patreon. Just go to Patreon, My Bourbon Podcast, and then if you want to send us an email. And then you can ask a question, you can just send a comment, or if you want to send us something to review or pair, this is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. There's some merch online. It's bourbonshop.threadless.com. If you want some Whiskey Mutant merch, it's whiskeymutant.myshopify.com. If you want to leave a message for the Barrel Ring segment, which we haven't had one in a while.
It's been a while.
859-428-8253. It's just like leaving a voicemail, and then we'll play it on air, and then we'll talk to you, not in real time, but we'll just reply to that, and you'll be able to hear yourself on the podcast. For all the social media, it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at My Bourbon Pod. The Facebook group, go get in on that. Answer a few questions. You'll get in. This is My Bourbon Podcast Facebook group. A lot of stuff going on there, actually. There's actually a barrel pick up right now that you can sign up for. If you want to follow Perry on his personal Instagram, it's pritter1792. If you want to follow me, at Whiskey Mutant on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, This is My Bourbon Podcast. Perry goes live every Thursday night at 8. I join him about once a month. He just had a bunch of Irish whiskey and stuff last night, so go check that out.
It's true.
Yeah. And just search me up on YouTube, Whiskey Mutant. I think it will pull up, but I can't actually change my name yet because I only have like 30 subscribers. So I'm going to make a video. You wait. Yeah, it's coming. And then leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can leave a review, a rating, whatever you want to do. And then if you don't want to do any of that, just tell somebody about us.
Just let them know.
Just let them know.
We've gotten a bunch of new ratings on the podcast app, the Apple Podcast app, but no new reviews as far as I can tell. But next week, leave us a review, please.
Yeah, somebody do it.
We're also doing pretty well on Spotify, too.
Nice.
We're still full on 5 stars.
I like it.
I shouldn't have taken a bite right before finishing up the episode.
What are you eating? The cake?
Biscuit.
Oh. Man, there's a lot of that cake left.
There's a lot of that cake left.
I'm going to eat that cake.
All right. Don't ruin your whiskey with it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Keep whiskey fun. Hashtag it.
And keep it...
In your glass?
Whatever. See you guys next week. Hope you have a great week. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We'll see you real soon. Until then, I'm Perry.
I am Eric.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast.